I'm Miles Carter, and I'm here to speak out loud what you've been carrying in silence. I remember that day. I was 14. New school year, new faces, same old pain. Not being one of them, I stood in front of the mirror. On the bed, 2 shirts. One, plain black, no logos. I loved it. The other, bright with a trendy brand. My mom got it because everyone wears that now. I picked the wrong one. Not the one I liked. The one they might approve. I wanted to blend in, to be liked, to avoid the jokes, the whispers. I thought maybe if I looked cool, they'd let me in. Friendship, popularity, maybe even respect. But that day at school, no one said a word. No cool shirt. No, yo, you look fresh. They just didn't notice, or pretended not to. But I noticed. I noticed how I betrayed myself. And it wasn't the first time. Because in this world, where it's not who you are but how you look, we start learning to bend way too early. School, that's not just classes. It's survival training. And the moment you believe someone else's opinion matters more than yours, welcome to the never-ending game called be like everyone else. Sometimes, I wish I could go back to that morning, grab that black shirt, show up as me.
No filter.
No approval needed. Maybe that's when real life would have started. You know what's the weirdest part? The first time I fell in love. I changed, not because love transformed me, but because I chose to transform. Just to be liked. She listened to indie rock, I started listening too. She hated spicy food, I tossed out my favorite sauce. She said she didn't like beards. I shaved every day till my skin burned. I stopped being me. I became a version I thought she wanted to see. And in the process, I lost myself, my spark, my quirks, my little habits. And the irony? Even after all those little makeovers, we never even got together. I was just another guy trying to become someone else to earn affection. But if you have to dress up as someone else to be noticed, they're not seeing you, they're seeing a costume, an illusion, and it hurts, realizing they love the performance, not the person. I noticed it early on. The moment you start being yourself, you're labeled inconvenient. You walk the wrong path, hang with the wrong crowd, say the wrong things. You speak your mind, you're toxic. You say no, you're difficult. You don't laugh at stupid jokes, you're arrogant. You refuse to settle, you're too smart for your own good. First, you try to explain. Like, hey, I just want to do things my way. But eventually, you get tired of explaining. And then it hits you. They're not really against you. They're against your freedom. They don't know how to live their own truth. And they hate it when you live yours. I realized something. Every time I followed what I truly loved, I became too much. Because I had boundaries. Because I spoke up. Because I wasn't going to be convenient to make others comfortable. I noticed something strange. The moment you say, I'm not into that, it's like you've declared war on society. You don't want to drink, you're a nerd or a weirdo. You don't like parties, something's wrong with you. You don't want to work 9 to 5 for scraps. Come on, you think you're better than us? You're expected to explain why you want more from life. Why being average isn't enough for you. Why you don't want to live in a box, take out a mortgage, and live for Fridays. But man, you don't owe anyone anything. You're not here to meet other people's expectations. And if your way of living doesn't fit their normal, that doesn't make you wrong. That makes you free. The problem is they train us from childhood to fear being different, to fear failure, to fear trying, to fear being misunderstood. But in chasing that acceptance, you lose yourself. You bend to fit. You stay quiet to blend in. You work for someone else's dreams because you've forgotten your own. And one day you're sitting there, everything looks fine, but inside you're empty. And then it hits you. Other people's opinions, they're not facts. They're just someone else's view. And they don't get to run your life. Sometimes I wish things were simpler. Like you could just be yourself without fearing who might not like it. As a kid, it was different. You laughed when something was funny. Cried when something hurt. You didn't think about how you looked. You didn't play a role. You were real. Then adulthood hit. And suddenly, being good meant being convenient. Smiling even when you didn't want to. Staying quiet even when your soul screamed. Other people's opinions got louder than your inner voice. We started living by someone else's script. And every day took us further from who we really are. But here's what I learned. If you live for their approval, you'll end up living someone else's life. Being yourself isn't easy. Sometimes it costs you friendships. Sometimes people won't get it. Sometimes it's lonely. But you'll feel alive. Because in that moment, you're you. Not a version for the audience. Not someone's copy. Just you. And that, my friend, is worth everything. Thanks for listening. I needed to say it. Maybe you needed to hear it.